Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Beautifully Nerding. So it's Wednesday, so we talk about all things animated and all things nerdy. So this week I decided to watch Masters of the Universe Revolution. Now, I was never a big Masters of the Universe fan growing up. I don't quite know if it was before my time or if I just didn't care, but I only kind of tangentially knew who He-Man was and that it was a character that existed. But funny enough, what got me interested in wanting to watch Masters of the Universe was kind of a throwaway line in the intro song on Silk Sonic's An Evening with Silk Sonic, where Bootsy Collins is like, "It is I, Blaster of the Universe." And I peeped that it was from Masters of the Universe, and I was like, this seems like a thing. Let me watch it. And it just happened to be on Netflix. And that was Masters of the Universe Revelation. So I watched that and I was like, okay, that's not half bad. So when I saw it was a new one out, I was like, oh yeah, we're going to watch it. And I want to share it with y'all. So I feel like the show as a whole is kind of this epic tale about how there is a hero deep down inside of each and every one of us. And Adam/He-Man lets us know that we can be heroes too, if we just believe. So, as usual, I watched the first episode so I could come to you all with my thoughts. Now let's talk about it. So we start with the narration of the many dualities of the world. So your good and evil, your magic and science, your warriors and warlords. And it's pretty much letting us know that the story is going to be about the underdogs being tired of being in that position and finding a way to overthrow the Goliaths. So we're in this room that kind of gives like Hades' underworld from Hercules. And we're here because Adam is wanting to get back the souls of his fallen friends. And so Scareglow is here and he's like, now why on earth would I do that? They're my trophies. And I like them here, so that's not going to happen. So Scareglow sicks his goons on Adam. And then Adam is like, oh, so we inviting friends. So let me go ahead and get mine down too. And he calls down his folks as well. Because he already took out his sword, proclaimed he had the power. Now he's He-Man. Now the battle can begin. So we go up top to where all of the like magical warriors are. And there's like a big like Iron Man, like the Hulkbuster suit. And it opens up and this black girl pops out with a mohawk. And I'm like, it's a black girl. Got real excited. And then the king is up there. And I'm like, first of all, what are you doing here? And so he sees the open suit and he's like, oh, I'm about to get in here and go down and fight with my son. And so He-Man tries to go and get the objects that are representative of his friend's souls. Scareglow is like, you thought, and he like transforms into this like creepy looking like skeleton spider type thing. It was very off-putting. I didn't care for that at all. But He-Man and King together are able to defeat Scareglow. Teela comes down through the ceiling as this like majestic angel bird, and she's like, close your eyes, I'm gonna turn on the lights in here. There was also a lot of very corny battle cries from everyone, and I thought it was so funny because it's like, oh, this is a children's show. I've been watching so much adult animation that I completely forgot that cartoons are supposed to be for children. And I'm like, why are these lines so corny? And it's because it's funny for kids. And so she like has this super shiny light that gets all the shadow beast away. Everybody's like, oh, we won. And they like fly back up to the clouds. And Scareglow tries to come out and follow him. But they like put this little device on top of the doorway. Which my thing is, are we sure that they're able to eat down there? Because right now it seems like you're putting them in solitary confinement with no intentions on ever coming back. So all the good guys go back up to the ship and the king is like, whew, I'm a little lightheaded. Me being a person who watches lots of TV, quickly saw that the king was not long for this world. But we can't revel in that too long because we go over to our main antagonist of the story. We see that Skeletor is back, which from the last series we knew from like the end credits that Skeletor wasn't really like gone. He's like this really creepy AI looking version of himself with like a super, it just like, it's just a whole lot of configuration of like what spare parts do we have around to put them back together. And he's like, oh, technology is king, AI is all that, glory be to the board almighty. I literally had to pause at that line because I was like, board almighty, like this is a cult. I was like, Skeletor, you good, bruh? Skeletor isn't even like the leader of the cult. He's like the main dude, and like Skeletor's like here, like he's up there, but he's not the main dude. So then we like walk down the hallway to the main dude, and his name is Hordak, and Hordak is voiced by none other than Keith David. I was so excited because I recognized his voice immediately, because I tell you this, in the last 3 things that I have watched, Keith David has been there, and I'm just like, he is really getting this check. He was in Has Been Hotel, he was in Pluto, he's in this. But like, as someone who used to want to do voice work, and like kind of still do, if I could get in the right circles and get into voice work, I would absolutely love it. But it's fun to notice those similar voices and different things, because like all of his characters are all so different. And like, I'm sure if I looked at his IMDb, he'd be in a lot more stuff. Keith David has one of those voices where you're just like, okay, but like, are you available? Like, can we just like email you the script and you like hop in a closet real quick? Like, we really want you on the show. Like, that's what it's giving. And I love that for him. So back at the king's bedside, we learned that he has some mysterious organ failure, and his last wish was to fight alongside Adam because he's the champion of Eternia. And he's so proud of his son. And Adam is very blindsided because he had no idea. Like, he's not ready for his daddy to die. And 2, he's not ready for the responsibility of being king of this entire place. Like, Daddy, I don't know what you thought it was, but you about to get better. Tila, come do the thing you did to heal me. Come heal him too. And the king was like, I don't actually want that. So the king sends everybody away, and Tila's realizing, like, wait a minute, the Preternia is no longer here. So I have to rebuild this because my friends already don't have a place to go. And now the king is about to pass and he has nowhere to go. So like, Preternia is their version of heaven, I'm assuming, whereas Subternia is like their version of hell. And so she's like pushing herself, trying to recreate their heaven, and it's not working. And the little warlock, who is just a piece of cloth, I don't really know how he works either, magic, he's like, hey, why don't we go ask your mama? And Tila's like, I can't keep running to her every time I have a question. And he's like, okay, but like, that's your mama, like that's literally what she there for. And she like, okay, I guess. And then of course mama is like, oh, you gotta go to this super dangerous area over here because ain't nobody really had the knowledge of the 3 areas that have to come together to actually recreate Preternia. And I'm just like, she can't go to the library or something, check out some books. Like, why she gotta go and be in imminent danger? And the little fabric dude was like, okay, that's even scarier than Subternia. And Tila was like, yeah, that's why I'm going by myself. Miss Ma'am, have you seen nary a horror movie? That is exactly how people get murked. You don't wander off by yourself. But of course, she more than likely is going to do it anyway. We go back to the king. He's like, look here, son. I'm so very proud of you. You as Adam are doing amazing things. You as He-Man are doing amazing things. But after I die, Eternia's going to be the king. And you can't be king and He-Man. I would just like to say, Black Panther has entered the chat. Because you can't do both. Although I will say that it probably is very difficult, but that's when you delegate. You gotta have a good circle around you. You gotta have people around to help you. You can't do it all by yourself. Even King T'Challa, everybody who came before them, they all have the Dora Milaje. They weren't doing it by themselves. But anyway, Adam doesn't know what to do because he ain't even trying to think about all that. Now Adam has to think about his daddy is dying. He is now about to be the king of Eternia, and he has to decide between being the king and He-Man. This is a lot that is just happening. The king does pass away, and the next day they have his coronation. And Adam is giving the eulogy, and he's like, oh, I know I'll never be half the man or half the king that my father was. And we hear a voice from the crowd that's like, okay, well then don't. Well, who was this? So we look over. He's like, it's me, Keldor. I'm the brother of the king, and I'm here to take my rightful place on the throne. It's giving Killmonger coming to fight for his rights. Like, I was like, okay, I'm absolutely here for this. And of course, that's the absolute end of the episode. And I'm just like, oh, this is about to be great. So what I think is going to happen, here's theory time, theory time, theory time, theory time. So I think what's going to happen, kind of in the same way with Black Panther, how Uncle Keldor is going to come in and be like, this was supposed to be my spot anyway. I'm about to fight you for it. And it's going to be like a really good fight. And I'm probably going to be down and out for a little bit. The kingdom is going to realize that, like, no, Adam is exactly the king that we need. Blah, 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 blah. Adam is going to get the strength from the power of friendship and love to be able to defeat his uncle. But what I think is really going to happen, I think that like that uncle and Adam will be able to have a conversation about what's best for the kingdom. And that uncle may end up being king. And that Adam can continue to be He-Man. Or Adam is going to be king and He-Man, but he's going to allow his uncle to help him because he's family and the power of love. Either way, I'm pretty sure that Adam is still going to be both king and He-Man. Why wouldn't he? It's his show. But yeah, if you all watch Masters of the Universe, if you all are bigger fans than I am, if you all have some lore of the show that you would like to share with me, please let me know. If you understand how Skeletor works, please let me know, because all of this confuses me. So I need someone to help me out with that. And with that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.